Here's a story time on how I made my first 100 grand at the age of 18. I hope you guys can hear me very, very clearly. I have the water rolling right now, so bear with me with the audio. But let's take it all the way back to, I'm 21 now, so 2022, 23, 24. I think, wait, 21, 20, 19. 3 years ago. Wait, 18, 19. Yeah, 3 years ago, I made my first 100 grand at 18. And I'm going to walk you guys step by step on how I was able to do it. So, kind of take you guys all the way back. Where did I start? So I've worked a fuck ton of jobs in my life, 22 to be exact. And it took me 22 jobs to honestly realize that I fucking hated working for other people. I hated clocking. I hated the fact that I was capped off at what I can make an hour. There was no potential for growth. It was just me clocking in, getting a check, spending it. Mind you, I'm in high school, so like, making money wasn't everything, but making money was like everything in high school because it was like I'm just young, living and having money. 100, 200, 300 bucks was a fuck ton to me in high school, just given the fact that I'd never seen the money that I've seen in these days today versus back then. So, yeah, kind of dabbled in the online world when I was junior in high school. One of my boys introduced me to a book. And from there, I kind of was left with curiosity. I realized, like, fuck this working shit. I didn't care to do any of it. So it kind of led me down to what I do today. So a couple years ago, I started to get into drop shipping, a business model that a lot of you guys are probably familiar with. I think it's still a good I still think it's a good business model to this day, don't get me wrong, but I think the way it's advertised and promoted, I don't think any and everyone can do it. I don't think it's an easy model for anybody. It takes a lot as far as, understanding ads, actually building a real business, the brand aspect, the logistics. There's so much more that goes into it. And I wasn't taught those things. It was something that I had to learn at firsthand. So, yeah, I started off with drop shipping, didn't make any fucking sales for the first, let's say, 2 years, 3 years into the whole business model. I had a fuck ton of stores as well that failed. I think I had around at least 25, 30 plus stores before I actually had my first profitable store. And my first profitable store came into play back when I was 18. I was the summer of graduation. So I ended up posting I was in a Telegram and I was on Twitter. This is when I first got on Twitter versus to now. A guy was in a Telegram and he was telling me like, yo, I made 100 grand in 7 days off TikTok. And I'm like, huh? Like me at 18, like what? You made what in how many days? I'm thinking like, yo, if I made that, I'd be fucking rich as shit. So I was like, okay. It left me with curiosity, but I didn't really think nothing of it. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Another guy was like, here's how I make 300 grand off TikTok. I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is different. And the whole time they all were drop shipping. So I'm like, so you guys didn't run ads to make this type of money? They're like, no, we just posted videos on TikTok and they went viral. So that led me to one thing going to another. And the second guy that ended up telling me, yo, get onto TikTok, his product was a laser. So I kind of did more research on his content, seeing what he was doing differently. And I'm like, why don't I just find a laser that's better than his? So I ended up finding a laser on Alibaba that was better than his. It was actually a badass, dangerous laser. It set shit on fire, basically. Honestly, don't know how I didn't get sued, but who knows? The rest is history. Got the product, started the TikTok. I called the page U-Laser, and 5-6 days in, just started posting. Started posting, didn't see traction. And within the first, I think, 12 days, boom, shit caught fire. I had my first viral video for like 5.7 million views, and I generated 120 grand. As you can imagine, I'm 18, I feel like I was on top of the world and nothing could stop me. Until everything came crashing down, like I mentioned, the way dropshipping is portrayed now, it's like, okay, you do this, you do that, boom, millions of dollars. Now fuck that. I mean, I dealt with hodes that I had no idea that was gonna happen. PayPal held 30, 40 grand of my funds and I was left to not fulfill my orders at some point in time. Supplier fucked me up. Didn't know that batteries was such a complicated process when shipping to the US. So it was a whole bunch of shit that I had to deal with, but out of all of it, it was a lesson that came out of it and I was happy. But it was that one breakthrough product that kind of changed it all. And you guys are probably familiar and you've seen like, oh, it's that one product that changed your life. Yeah, I think that one product said it for me. And not when I say change my life, but it changed my perspective and the trajectory of like where I was headed, because it was a point in time where I was about to say fuck this dropshipping shit and kind of dabble in other business models, because I did dabble in other business models. I struggled with having the shiny object syndrome, going from Amazon, FBA, affiliate. And mind you, like I said, these are all good business models. I've made money doing all of them, but there was a point in time where I was like, nah, fuck this dropshipping shit, it's not working. I'm spending way too much money on ads. But then that TikTok came around, I was like, let me give it a shot. So from there, once I felt and dealt with all that process, I ended up walking away with like, I think 60, 50 grand profit, and I was like 18. As you can imagine, I blew all that shit in Miami, some of it. I was stupid, but who cares? But then I got a holy fuck moment. That's when I realized I could do this for companies. So that's exactly what I do now. I make anywhere from 40 to 50 grand a month, basically helping brands grow on TikTok. I post TikToks where I'm helping go viral, drive a fuck ton of organic revenue. They pay me commission on top of base retainer. And that's it. That's simply it. I mean, brands understand that they need to be on TikTok. They understand how powerful their algorithm is. So they're willing to pay the big bucks if you're someone that can show for it, have work to prove, you know, what you do and back up what you say. And yeah, it's like the Wild West. It's the gold rush at this point. I think TikTok is still very, very early in a sense. I was back in the game about 4 or 5 years now, but there's still so many people, and there's still a mass market of people that have no idea that you can make this type of money on TikTok. You basically reach out to a brand, you pitch them like, hey, I can help you grow on TikTok, you close them for a retainer on top of commission. And commission's honestly where the real money is made. And you take on anywhere from 2 to 3 brands, focus brands a month, and perform. That's really it. So yeah, that's kind of the story time of it all. If you want to learn, watch my videos. Yeah, enjoy this video and this view. I would fall back for this thumbnail, but no. Bye. What time is it?
11:20.
11:20?
Yeah.
Shit.